Namaste. Welcome, welcome. If you can, just give me a little note that you can see and hear me. I know that we're having some issues. Some people are not, they're turning their camera off if they're giving me a message. So if that's the case with you, don't worry about it. It's all about what we can do today. Come see who is joining us. Hi, Patty. Hi, Gail. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Maureen and Pat. Let's see who else. Oopsie. Sorry. Okay. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Meryl. Hello, Meryl. Now I've done it. Welcome, everyone. So good to see you. Ha ha ha. I can feel the energy. I can certainly feel the energy. Hi, Terry. Welcome. We are starting in a few minutes. So feel free to just get comfortable seated. If you have a blanket, you can use that. Remember, today's practice, just like any other practice, is what you need for you. So if you need to go take a break in child's pose or just sit something out, it's all about how you're feeling. And as we know, that can change daily, hourly, by the minute. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we're practicing together. So, one more minute, 2 more minutes. Let's see who else joined us. Jana, hi. Hi, Bitsy. Hi, Robin. Thank you for coming. A week is a long time to wait to have this class again. So I missed you. And I was looking at the calendar. I said, oh, so this is our 4th week because it's April 20th. We started March 23rd. Happens to be our 5th week. Can't believe how time is flying. So interesting these times. So yeah, 5 weeks. This is our 5th week. Who knew? And I am enjoying it more than I thought I ever would. Sort of resisted doing this for a long time. And I hope you're enjoying it too. I mean, it is not quite the same as being together, but I still feel we can really get into our yoga and enjoy each other. So I'm going to be doing a reading from The Language of Letting Go, Melody Beattie. I'm really enjoying this book. Very, very calming. Hi, Donna. So I will get started. Remember, listening to your body, doing what's right for you, getting what you need out of your yoga. And 3 rules. Well, that would be 6, but 3. Never hold your breath. Whether we're in a flow, whether we're in a pose, holding a pose, never holding our breath. So try to get into a nice rhythm of breathing. Inhaling slowly, smoothly, exhaling. Unless we're practicing certain breathing techniques, which I invite you to do as well. So that's the one is breathing, um, keeping our core engaged somehow. Maybe we're lacing it up, maybe we're lifting our chest, our heart, maybe we're pulling in and up through the belly button, shoulders back. There are a lot of ways to keep the core engaged and pay attention to how our posture is, right? So posture. And of course, the third is smiling. Okay, smiling helps us to relax our facial muscles. You can relax your facial muscles maybe without smiling, but smiling is really helpful to get you right there. And then we don't need those muscles to do whatever we're doing with our physical body, right? So those three things, always keep those in mind. So closing your eyes if you want, or find a drishti. A drishti is focusing on a focal point. Just let your mind go, let your self go, centering yourself, just being with yourself on your mat. Even if you're in the room with someone else, this is all about you. Smoothly inhaling and exhaling. Again, reading from the language of letting go, Melody Beattie. Appreciating ourselves. We are the greatest thing that will ever happen to us. Believe it. It makes life much easier. It is time to stop this nonsense of running around picking on ourselves. We may have walked through much of our life apologizing for ourselves, either directly or indirectly, feeling less valuable than others, believing that they know better than we do, and believing that somehow others are meant to be here and we are not. We have a right to be here. We have a right to be ourselves. We are here. There is a purpose, a reason, and an intention for our life. We do not have to apologize for being here or being who we are. We are good enough and deserving. Others do not have our magic. We have our magic. It is in us. It doesn't matter what we've done in our past. We all have a past woven with mistakes, successes, and learning experiences. We have a right to our past. It is ours. It has worked to shape and form us. As we progress on this journey, we shall see how each of our experiences will be turned around and used for good. We have already spent too much time being ashamed, being apologetic, and doubting the beauty of ourselves. Be done with it. Let it go. It is an unnecessary burden. Others have rights, but so do we. We are neither less than nor more than. We are equal. We are who we are. That is who we were created and intended to be. That, my friend, is a wonderful gift. So feel free to roll the shoulders, move the shoulders a bit. Feel free to take the legs out, shake them a little bit, find the sit bones, lengthening the spine, right? So we want a nice, long, strong spine. Sometimes I say straight spine, but we all have our natural curves of our spine, so it's not necessarily straight. We want just to create space between the vertebrae. And let's find a fold in our legs again, wherever that is for you. And we're going to just circle around. This is a great root chakra opener, and circle in the other direction. And each time we circle around, we're coming back to center and lengthen. And also, we're leading with the heart. So let me show you what that means. From the side, we're not curling, right? We're lengthening, lead with the heart. So we have that straight spine with our natural curves, and circle in the other direction and hold in the center and get a little more length, reaching up through the crown of the head. Let's take it a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway around, exhale, lengthen. One more time in each direction. Nice smooth breath. And then take it back to center. Rolling our shoulders once again. And we're ready to take it to all fours. A lot of our practice will be standing today. We're standing up sooner than we usually do. So that's okay. Remember, it's all about how you feel. Let's take a cat and cow here. Have enough space between your forearms and your thighs, about the length of our spine, right? So if there's only, 8 inches between your palms and your knees, well, your spine's a lot longer than that. So think of it that way. We're pressing into our hands, our thumbs and our fingers as well. And then keeping strong through the core as we arch, send the tailbone and head up as we curl, really working through the spine. Again, creating space, visualizing creating space through the vertebrae. And yoga is really so great for opening up the spine and strengthening the torso, right? So with each move, initiate from the core and simply just by pulling the belly in to come to a cat, to come to a cow, just initiate with zipping and using the breath as well. It gets easier and easier the more we practice, right? Yoga is a practice. That's why we call it that. So let's take our hands, our forearms down to the mat and then continue with our cat and cow. Smooth inhale to a smooth exhale. And then let's come back to all fours, holding here. Good. So remember that space between our forearms and our thighs. We're going to roll our toes under and take ourselves to our first down dog. I have some noise happening in my house. I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, I know what happened. I have a rose quartz heart that was leaning up against my elephant and it just kind of slipped down. So let's go ahead, take our first down dog. So I often have us just pedal our feet out. If you have a blanket with you, sometimes you can pedal your feet, your heels to the blanket, right? If your heels don't go all the way down. There's a lot of tightness through the back body. Wherever you are, just keep the knees soft or even a lot bent and try to send the tailbone a little higher and let the head rest between the arms. Shoulders go wide and breathe. And let's bend the knees, look towards the front of the mat and walk towards the front of the mat, holding in our forward fold, just melting over those legs. Remember here, very important to keep the belly pulled in. Sometimes, and we'll be doing some sun salutations, sometimes those sun salutations, this forward fold happens. Be careful of your back if you're one of those people that has to be careful. And then when we take the arches, also be careful of that. Let the head just rest, let the neck lengthen, breathing, pressing into our feet, right? Our legs are as straight as they are, as comfortable for you, right? But slight bend or just soft knees. Perhaps we send the tailbone a little higher. Maybe shift the pelvis. And then let's pull the belly in tighter, like that zipper. We're gonna roll up, taking your time. We're still creating space between the vertebrae, but this time we're stacking the vertebrae. Head comes up last. And let's meet at the front of our mats. Sorry about that. Oh. I'm just rearranging because I think that was the other thing that was falling was my camera. Okay. Mountain pose. Just finding your roots. So the root chakra is the base of the tailbone. Send the root chakra into the earth. Send the bottoms of the feet into the earth. Really connect to the earth. Then drawing energy from the earth all the way up our legs, through the crown of our head, bringing our hands to heart center. And we'll take a couple of sun salutations. So standing sun salutations, inhale, exhale, pull the belly in a little tighter to fold. Inhale, pull the belly in a little tighter. Remember, we're staying engaged the whole time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's gather energy, bring it home to heart center. Good. Let's do another sun salutation. I'll show you from the side. Inhale, exhale, folding. Keep that flat back as long as you can, and pull the belly in tighter and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Let's lift the heart, maybe looking forward to help. The shoulders are back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up and exhale. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. We rise up as we root down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Smooth exhale. Good. 1 more time. Breathing. So we have a smooth inhale to a smooth exhale. Allowing yourself to just be in the moment, in the pose, in the flow. Sun salutations are great to wake up the torso, the spine. And let's hold here in our mountain. So in our mountain, we want our feet to be parallel. So the big toe and the second toe straight ahead. Knees, hips, shoulders lined up. Lifting the heart, perhaps lifting the chin a little. Remember, cinch in the waist here. We don't want the knees to be hyperextended. That actually puts a lot of pressure on your low back. So bend the knees a tiny bit or just soften them, right? So if my legs are straight, I feel my bottom here pop out and my belly pop forward. Soften my knees a little, it takes that pressure right off your low back, right? So finding our mountain pose. And let's roll the right foot forward. And this may be a challenge for some people, right? Rolling those toes under. May take a couple of times. I just heard crack, crack, crack in my toes. So if that happens to you, as long as it doesn't bother you or hurt, should be okay, right? And then finding our mountain again. Let's take our right foot out to the side. So we can't really stretch too much in this direction, but maybe you're feeling a stretch through the foot and the ankle, and that's the idea here. Let's flatten that foot back out, find the roots, and then taking the left leg, ankle out to the side, never forcing anything. And then coming back to the center. Good. Let's lift Now we're sort of perched on our right toe. Circle this leg. Now this is really just coming from the hip, and let's circle in the other direction. Lower down, and let's lift and circle 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other direction. Crack, crack, crack. And then rearrange our feet back again. Good. So let's lift all 10 toes and lower all. Let's separate them first. Spread out those toes and then see if we can lower them. Okay. Readjust. Let's lift all 10 toes. This time, let's lower the pinky only. Let's see if we can lower the next one only with the pinky. And now the middle. And now the, whatever that one is. The second toe next to the big toe, and then the big toe. Kind of fun to try to do this, right? I think some of our younger people, I shouldn't say that, but it did happen in one of my yoga classes. The younger people, oh, I can do it, no problem. First time doing it, they can do it. Let's try it again. Lift all our toes, separate all your toes, feel that stretch, and then lower pinky and all the way. It's kind of fun, right, to see what we can do here. And nice. Let's roll forward and back on our feet. A little massage. Taking care of our feet, so important. And then let's separate our feet. Not quite as wide as the mat, but maybe. And then we're circling our hips. And then let's circle in the other direction. So this is just a small move, sort of sending the hips forward and back and around, right? It's not where we're letting our whole torso move. We're going to sort of keep tethered here. And just loosen up through the hips. We'll circle in one direction. Inhale, exhale. Circle in the other direction. One more time, each direction. Make sure you're breathing smoothly. Make sure you're smiling. And then good, rolling our shoulders back, holding here. And then we're just going to swing our arms. So once we get into more of a swing, right, to kind of let that centrifugal force, that center of us, just move the arms and let them flop. This is really something I like to do for our adrenals. So you can sort of aim that hand right there, right sort of in the place on your back where your adrenal glands are, sort of around the kidneys, higher, a little higher than the kidneys. Just somewhere. You can make your way up and down the spine if you want, right? I think we may all have hyperactive adrenal glands right now. So a little massage maybe, calm it down, just like our yoga does. And then we'll get our heels lifted as we turn to one side. Maybe we get a little bit more. Adjust so it feels right for you, right? Never forcing anything. You want to be natural, organic in your moves. You always reconnect with the breath. Very nice. Good. Let's take ourselves back to parallel feet for our mountain pose. We'll bring our arms up, reaching, lengthening. So here, when we lift our arms overhead, chances are our ribs and hip bones wanted to come away from each other a little bit. So let's again zip up. Let's make sure those knees are not hyperextended. Knees are a little soft. And then take that pressure off the low back, but also really lacing up the core, right? And then let's lower down. So we're going to take ourselves back up. Inhale, sitting into a chair. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, sit into that chair. and come back up. I'm going to show you to the side because I want to make sure your hips are going back. Your knees are staying above your ankles. So let's take an inhale. Exhale, chair. Send the hips back. Should be able to wiggle the toes here. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Come back up. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time hands to heart center. And then come back up. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to get moving, right? A little bit more. Again, listen to your body and do what's right for you. So we'll take ourselves up. I call this fire breath. We'll bring ourselves up. We're going to do this 10 times. And then sit back into our chair. Keep our chest lifted, facing straight ahead. And then bring our arms down. So it's inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 10. Inhale, let's not fold all the way over. We don't want to do that. We want to keep your head and heart high. Inhale, exhale. Feel free to be loud. Let it go. Inhale, ha, right? 4 more. Ha. One more. So that might have been 5, but that's okay. You know how I am with counting. Good, hold here. Find that mountain pose again. And let's bring our arms up. The idea there again is to heat us up. And the more our muscles are nice and warm, the easier they will to go into our stretches. Let's press to one side and then open up this top shoulder. Check in on your core and your breathing and your smile. Pull the belly in, press into both feet. Rising to the other side, reaching, breathing. Bring that shoulder back, right? This is not a fold. It's more of a lengthening both sides of the body. Pull the belly in, come back to the center. Let's do a sun salutation here on your own. I will meet you in mountain. Bring ourselves to the front of the mat and let's step back for warrior 2. So warrior 2, there are many ways we can get into it. Today what we're going to do is take our left foot to the center top of the mat, that big toe and the second toe facing straight ahead, so is the knee. We're turning our hips out in that direction and step the right leg back. So now our toes, two first toes, knee, heel, hip, and arch of the back foot are lined up. Let's take a warrior 2. Strong, beautiful warrior. You can always adjust. Our mats, chances are, have lines sort of on them, so you can always adjust your feet. My feet tend to slip a little, so I'll be doing a split by the end of this. Just kidding. But the point is you can move your feet. Our poses come from our feet. Strong warrior, reaching through both arms. So our shoulders and hips towards the long side of the mat. And then our eyes looking over our middle finger here. Let's take a reverse warrior. So just the torso is moving here and the arms. The legs stay stationary. Let's come back to our warrior 2. Using our core. Inhale, zip a little stronger. When we move, exhale, looking over those front fingers. Inhale, you should be able to wiggle your toes. Exhale, hold here. We'll do it one more time. Remember, take a break if you need to. Do what's right for your body. Warrior 2. Warrior 2, right? Big strengthening for the legs here, right? And depending on what's going on with you. Let's take our palms facing the side where our shoulders and hips are facing. And then we're taking this back arm, hands to heart center, and let's come down. We're looking for a twisted, revolving side angle. Pulling the belly in, and let's come back up. Let's straighten that front leg, and then come back to our warrior 2. Now bending that front leg, holding. I have to adjust. I think I put lotion on my feet. Bad me. So let's take a reverse warrior. And this time side angle without that revolving, reaching up and over, feeling the length from the back foot all the way through these front fingers. Open up that top arm if you can. And we don't have too much weight on this front forearm, on the thigh. Pull the belly in tight. Let's come back to our warrior two. And let's take a reverse triangle. And then warrior two. Side angle, reach up and over. Come back to our warrior two and then right away to reverse triangle. And let's do that one more time. Warrior two. Side angle, open up, find the length, engage the core, and reverse triangle. Good. Let's take a warrior two. Hands to heart center. And coming down to a humble warrior. So, if you can, bring your hands down to the mat, spiral that back foot, and let's step forward. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right foot to the center, top of the mat. Left foot comes step back. Holding. Breathing. Warrior two on this side. Shoulders, hips in that direction. Looking over our front fingers. Let's take a reverse. So right now, we're staying in a warrior two, so that front knee stays bent. Let's find a warrior two. Good. Let's do that again. Warrior two. Strong warriors. Beautiful warriors. I know you all look beautiful. Warrior two. You all are beautiful. Warrior two. Good. Let's take that side angle. Okay, so we're a little different on this side. Open up here. Maybe we look towards the ceiling. Maybe we look towards the floor. How does your neck feel? Breathe into wherever you need that breath to go. Pulling the belly in tighter. Let's come back to a warrior two. This time reverse triangle. And warrior two. Reverse triangle. Looks like this, right? Straight legs. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Warrior two. Now we'll take it to a side angle. Find length. Sort of a straight line from that back heel all the way through the top fingers, palm facing the floor. Pull the belly in tighter. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Warrior two. Side angle. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Use the core. Warrior two, strong. Don't rush through your warrior two. Really get strong in your warrior two, and we'll take ourselves to a side angle. Pulling the belly in. Let's take our hands to heart, hands together, and then pull the belly in tighter. Press through your roots, hands to heart center, and see if we can take a little bit of a twist here. Maybe this elbow comes to the thigh. You can bring your hand down to the mat if you want. Feel free to adjust your feet. And then pulling the belly in tighter. And let's come back to our warrior two. Good. Hands together. Hands to heart center. And humble warrior. Bringing our hands down to the mat. We're going to spiral this back leg. And stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find the center of your mat. Let's take that sun salutation. Just get into your own rhythm here. Right foot to the center top of the mat. Let's step back to our warrior two. Once again. Holding, breathing. Good. and let's straighten that front leg. So we're taking a triangle here. So both legs are straight, but our feet are set up just like I explained for the Warrior Two, with the heel, the foot, the heel, and the arch, the toes, the knee, the foot. Let me do it in order. Toes, heel, knee, hip, hip, second hip, knee, and arch in line. We'll take our Warrior Two here. But now we're going to straighten and go into a triangle. Send that back hip back. Maybe just tilt the pelvis a little in that direction. Reach forward. You may feel a big stretch through the front leg. And just don't force it, right? Go where you can. Check the knees here for softness. And then open up. So triangle is not how far down we can go to the floor, because oftentimes that means we're folding. Feel free to keep a bend in that front knee as much as you want, right? If it's too tight. But let's open up as much as we can. Bring that top arm and shoulder back. Keep zipped really strong and breathe. We can do anything if we do those 3 rules, right? Posture, keep zipped, breathing, smooth inhale and exhale, and smiling. Relax those facial muscles. Open up here. Keep reaching the arms to the top and bottom of the room, to the earth and to the sky. Pull the belly in tight, and let's come back to our Warrior Two. Woo, good. Feel free to always adjust the feet. I think I'm saying that often because I feel my feet sliding here. Good. So now I'd like us to take into a revolving triangle. So let's first revolve, pull the belly in, bringing ourselves down here, and now straightening that front leg. Open up, soften the knees, strong core, breathing and smiling. Where do you need to send that breath right now? Plant those roots deeper and deeper. Pull the belly in, press into our feet. Come back to our Warrior Two. Wow, that's great. Good. Let's take ourselves here, hands to heart center, and instead of going down to the floor, we're going to step forward. So your weight is transferred to this foot and stepping forward best you can, even if it takes a couple steps, right? Come forward. Take a look at your own feet. Let's take a sun salutation. Working through the spine, working through the whole body. Beauty of the sun salutations. Good. Left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior Two. Good. Let's take a reverse warrior. And then come back to Warrior Two. Remember, widen. Nothing happens. The shoulders may tilt back, but they don't go forward with a Warrior Two. They're lined up with the hips. Now we'll straighten that front leg and take a triangle here. So send that hip back. Looks like this a little bit. It's not a big move, right? So we're in a triangle. And then maybe shift the hips back. As soon as I do that, I feel a stretch here. Pressing forward, check that front knee, check the back knee for softness. Open up. Reaching the arms to the top and bottom, to the earth and the universe. So that's what yoga is about, right? Connecting ourselves to the earth and the universe. Keep breathing, keep lengthening the spine. Open up. Our eyes can go up or down depending on what your neck wants. If the shoulder gets tired, you can lower down here. Just open it up. Pull the belly in tight. And coming back, Warrior Two. Good, very nice. So let's take that revolved triangle. We're going to take ourselves here, placing our hand on the mat, straightening that front leg, and open up. So breathing here, planting your roots even deeper. Press those roots deeper, pull the belly in, come back to a warrior two. Good. Bringing our hands to the front, stepping forward, mountain pose. Coming into our sun salutation. And I'll meet you back in mountain pose. So for our balance, I wanted us to do half moon today. Might even be a half moon out there, I can't tell. Well, it's still sunny out. So we'll take a warrior two to a warrior three. Nope, I don't like that idea. I really didn't want to do the warrior three at all. So let's do a warrior two. Taking your left foot, let's start with that side, to the center. Right foot comes back, line up the arch of the foot with the heel of the front foot. Arch of the back foot with the heel of the front foot. Good. Holding. And so half moon, we'll try it two ways. I want you to shift your weight towards that front foot. Remember, you can always have something to hold on to. And then lifting the back leg and reach. So half moon is about opening up the body here, pressing into your back heel. If you wiggle and fall down, don't fall all the way down, but if your foot comes down, that's perfectly normal. And you know me, let's all come back down. We're going to try it again. So this time I'll show you from the side. Warrior two. And then shifting our weight to this leg. So our center of gravity comes over this leg. And then lifting, you can bring that hand down to the mat. And then open. Feel free to have both arms down, and then you can always open up here. So we want to flex that back ankle. Getting into, and then if you can, lift both, right? Which your instructor is not even able to do today, so no worries. No worries at all. Good. So we'll take it to the other side. So I have a nice plan for you. Let's take our left foot back, find our warrior two. Shifting forward. Opening up here. And maybe we don't come all the way down to the floor here. Maybe we have a chair in front or a chair to the side. Opening up. You can look to the floor. You can look in the other direction. Just pressing into that, the roots of the front foot. Also your strong core and breathing. And then let's take ourselves back. Warrior two. So, right? Keeping any version of that, our hand on the floor or not. Let's take it to the other side. This time, warrior two. What we're going to do is revolve half moon. So I'd like you to keep your hand on the floor for this one. Start with the warrior two. Pull the belly in. Let's shift forward. And then taking our right hand down, right leg back, and then opening up as much as you can. So with our balance poses, we want to press as much as we can through that front foot. Press through the bottoms of the foot. See how that feels. Rooting with that front foot. And our center of gravity is here, so that knee is also straight, but not locked. Let's engage the core, come back to our warrior two. Wasn't that fun? Okay. And coming forward, switching to the other side, warrior two on this side. When you're ready, shifting forward, do what you're comfortable with. Let's take and twist, open up here. So try to lighten up on the left hand so that your center of gravity is over your right leg. Press through the bottom of the right foot. Keep that right knee straight, not locked, but straight, and see if we can get balance there. I hope I didn't lose you guys for a little bit because it kind of looked like that. And I heard something. I'm hearing a lot of things today. Let's take ourselves now to our mountain pose. Half moon. Half moon. I like that almost as much as big toe for our balance poses. Standing big toe. Now I'd like us to just be in our mountain for a little bit. Let's take 3 deep inhalations and exhalations. As slow as you can go, filling the lungs, expanding. And continue breathing naturally, however that is for you. And just feeling whatever sensations physically that you feel head to toe. And if there are any other sensations, maybe feel as if your thoughts are relaxing as well. Letting go of any anxieties or worries, and just loving yourself right now. That is all you need to worry about, all you need to think about. And if your eyes are closed, you may find that you're moving forward and back or in a circle, and just let that happen as well. Just be. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, rolling our feet forward and back, rolling our shoulders, releasing our shoulders back and down, lifting our chin. We'll bring our arms up overhead, inhaling, exhaling, reaching. Let's bring our right arm down, left arm up, and lifting both sides of our rib cage. Shoulders stay back, lift the heart. Pulling belly in tighter. We're going to take ourselves over to the side, just sliding our right hand down our pant leg, down our thigh. Open up the left shoulder and keep pressing into our roots as we rise up. So even though we're folding over here, I want you to feel as if we're lengthening both sides of the body still. Both sides of the rib cage, really getting length in the spine. Let's pull the belly in tighter, press into our feet, bringing both arms back up. Left arm down. Keep reaching in both directions, top and bottom of the room, to the earth, to the universe, lifting both sides of the rib cage, but shoulders should remain back and down. Let's pull our belly in tighter. We're going to take our left hand to our thigh and then just arching over a little. Let's bring that right shoulder back. Remember, take care of the neck here. Maybe it feels better to look down or straight ahead or up. Check in on that corset. Check in on the knees. Pull the belly in a little tighter. Come back, both arms up. Good. If your spine likes this, go ahead and arch back, send your hips forward, open up. Pull the belly in, come back to the center. Nice. Let's roll our shoulders back. And we're taking a sun salutation. Forward fold, hands come down to the mat, stepping back to a plank. Let's take 2 breaths in our plank as we lengthen through the spine, press through the heels, widen through the shoulders, lengthen the neck, keeping the belly, that corset, tight so that our hips don't drop. And then we'll both come down on both knees and press back, reaching forward. Go ahead and get a little more stretch if you want, right through the shoulders and the back, perhaps in our shell stretch or child's pose. And then we'll come onto our knees. If you'd like to fold and get a little more cushy for your knees, go ahead and do that. And come up. I call this camel pose even though we're not really doing camel. We're going to just take an inhale here and exhale, bringing the arms wide as if our shoulders are getting wider. And let's pull those ribs in, like cinching in the waist. And now pull in tighter. Keep looking forward, right? So we're getting a cat and cow here. Our hips are forward, tailbone forward, and our spine is curling forward, but we don't want our head to drop. Keep breathing here. Pull the belly in and let's take an arch back, send the hips forward, but tailbone stays back. Head can drop back a tiny bit, but we don't want it to hang back, right? Keep looking at the front of the room. And let's go a little faster now. We'll take an exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, still pull the belly in, but this time arching. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. And then bringing our hands down to the mat, sending our hips back, lengthening the spine, reaching the arms forward, and breathing. So we have an alternate for down dog. So down dog, right, we would be on our hands. We haven't done a lot of them today, but what I'd like us to do is go into dolphin. So we're going to take ourselves to forearms, and the legs, the lower body is the same as down dog. And then rolling our toes under. First you want to make sure your arms, your elbows and shoulders are lined up with each other and the front and your hands, but your hands can be here as well. And then roll the toes under and take yourself into a dolphin. Perhaps shifting the pelvis, let the head drop between the arms. Remember, it's your body, it's your yoga. If this doesn't feel right, or if you need like 2 or more times practicing, honor that in your body and your mind today. It's your yoga. Let's come down onto our knees and then sitting back. So this is hero pose where we're sitting here and we can see if we can take our feet out a little wider and sort of sit between our feet. Careful of your knees. You don't want to be pulling on the knees, and this is that's kind of, we haven't really done this very much in yoga. Just see how that feels for your body. If you don't like it, if it's too much on your knees, there are always options. You can sit here, or you can go ahead and just sit in our not child's pose, but our cross leg, because we'll all be there shortly. But this is just getting a gentle stretch. Maybe you take your legs out to the side. Maybe you don't go down too far. Keep supporting yourself. Keep breathing. No pulling on the knees. Little gentle stretch. Engaging the core. And let's take ourselves forward, having a seat, lengthening our legs out. And go ahead and shake those legs out. So today I'd like us to roll like a ball. Again, might not be for everyone. So we'll take ourselves and get into the shape of a ball first. So knees are bent, feet are flat. Let's scoop our belly in and get as small as you can, right? Without hunching the shoulders. Keep the belly pulled in, scooping in, right? So looking like this, but not hunched. No hunching. Okay, then we can either keep our hands here or under our thighs. I'd like us to roll back 10 times, and when we come back forward, we're hovering. So I think we've all done this, right? So here, if you have your hands here, the legs are allowed to sort of help with momentum. But when we roll forward, I want you to pull your belly in like that's your brakes to come to a hover. So let's try it for 10. When we roll back, we'll inhale. We roll to our shoulders, never to our neck and our head, and then roll back up. Use the legs as much as you need for momentum. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, hold and hover. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, hold and hover. Inhale, roll back. Exhale. Remember the breaks. I think we have 2 more. And then come to a hover. And let's lengthen our legs out. So we're hovering. We're sort of sitting on, not on our sit bones, but on the fleshy part above our sit bones. None of that changes. Lengthen our legs. See if you can get nice straight legs. Keeping that position, and then open up. Keep strong through the core, and then let's bring our hands to our shins, and then open up. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, keep the belly pulled in tight. Exhale. Inhale, pull the belly in. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, exhale, and lower down. Whew, that was good. Let's lengthen out. Shake those legs. Point and flex. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. So fold forward however you'd like. Maybe you're scooping the belly back. Maybe you're folding the belly to the thighs or somewhere in between. I just want you to stay really strong through the core. Bringing the toes back towards you. Feel free to bring the hands to the shins or the toes, but we want the knees and the toes facing towards the ceiling. And then wherever you can go with the spine, releasing the back body. So this isn't like a forward fold. It is a forward fold. You know, just like the one we do standing, except for we're sitting. So it really works our body in a different way. I still want you to melt over those legs. Breathing, releasing, keep the belly pulled in. Keep breathing smoothly. And then stacking. All right, let's take our feet flat. We'll scooch towards the end of the mat and then roll down. So one last stretch, one last pose before our Shavasana. Reaching in opposite directions. Let's lengthen our arms, lengthen our legs, and lengthen the torso. Again, trying to lift the ribs on either side. Getting longer through the waist. Keep breathing. Let's take 2 more deep inhalations and exhalations as we lengthen from the torso through our shoulders, through our hips, through our legs, our arms. Breathe one more time. Exhale. Prepare for your Shavasana. Whatever that means for you, you may want to take a bridge. I know some of you have a ball. You can do the supported bridge on the ball. You can take your Shavasana. Some people like frog legs, right? Just to kind of release through the groin, the inner thighs. Some people just regular Shavasana, just hang there, right? The ultimate pose, Shavasana, however you will find yourself most comfortable, most able to release and relax. Just letting yourself be held by the earth, by the universe. Find that connection. Breathing deeply. Breathing slowly. Appreciating ourselves. We are the greatest thing that will ever happen to us. Believe it. It makes life much easier. Coming back to your breath, coming back to the room, wiggling the fingers and the toes. And if you'd like, coming to a seated position. Bringing hands to heart center and bowing, if that feels right in your practice. Shanti, 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 peace in our thoughts, peace in our words, peace in our heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Monday. Or maybe I'll see you tomorrow for dance, 4 o'clock for dance. I'll invite you. Even if you can't make it at that time, you can come at a different time. It'll be there. So I will invite you all. All right. Thank you.